Let's do it. Are you my friend? I'll admit, I'm confused.
Greetings and welcome
I used
to
to
Golden
friend
Sessions with
request
doc.PEACE
and
on
now
School 89.1 FM radio. I'm doc.PEACE, doctor of pharmacy, transformational rhythmic speaker, and empowerment guru. I guide natural healers in further leveraging their creativity and expertise to live the life that they so desire. Golden Sessions is a time for us to connect and reset with doses of inspiration to empower confidence and foster global unity. We feature golden starlings from all over the world who are shining their light so bright to ignite our light and remind us all that together we thrive. Whew. Today we have an incredible guest here with us, Maeva Arnold. Maeva is a full-time Polynesian dance teacher based here in San Diego, California, where she teaches in person and online, embodying holistic healing and wellness as an integral part of her practice, incorporating mind, body, skincare into her offerings. She's absolutely incredible and her energy is phenomenal. So welcome, Maeva. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so very welcome. Let's dive right on in. I know that you are so very gold. You are a genuine, original, loving dreamer through and through. Can you share with us how you discovered your golden attributes and what they are?
Wow. I love that you use the acronyms for gold. So I thought I'd bring my own twist to the acronyms as well today, if that's okay with you.
Oh, definitely. I love acronyms.
Yes. So today, what makes me gold? For G. So for G, I went with go-getter. So there's an inner child within me that is genuinely excited about life all day, every day. And that inner child in me just loves to seek out new adventures, new experiences, new opportunities. And whilst I've been able to master being absolutely present with myself and my life, there's always been that desire within me to chase the new. And the reason I guess I mentioned mastering being present is because I feel it's important not to be so engrossed in what's coming tomorrow or next week, which we tend to do as human beings. We can often be worrying about the past or anticipating what the future holds. And for me, it's been very important to understand the art of just being. So we are human beings, and I think there should totally be a university or manual for how to be a human being. In terms of, being in the present moment, it's just so vital for me to make the present moment also my time to check in with myself and how I'm feeling right now and who I'm being right now and who I'm showing up as right now. Am I being congruent to my goals and my visions, and am I embodying my true authentic self? And it's that daily checking in with myself that's allowed me, I guess most importantly, to also scan my, what's it called, emotional guidance scale, which we all have. So on the top end of the emotional guidance scale, from my understanding, is high vibrational feelings. And at the bottom end, you have the low vibrational feelings or emotions. And by checking in with myself, my emotional guidance scale every day, I can ensure I'm meant to be where I'm meant to be. Based on the scale, I know I'm going to attract someone or something or an opportunity based off how I'm feeling, who I'm embodying and showing up as on the day. So most days, I'm feeling freaking good. I've always remained open to receive what's meant for me. I allow, surrender, trust, flow, which takes a bit of practice, but I've learned to make it fun. And so throughout my life, I'm just so grateful. Even before I learned about the emotional guidance scale, I've always been a very happy, joyful, loving human being. So a lot of good has usually trickled into my life. So when I'm feeling good on that emotional guidance scale, good things come, amazing people like yourself show up, opportunities come flooding through, and the go-getter in me just goes, green light, go. Let's grow from this, let's learn from this. let's most importantly be grateful and present with this thing that's showing up for me today for my growth. So that is the G, the go-getter.
Love it. Love it. And it's more than just being and going, it's being. It's not just going, but in order to get it going, you have to be present in that moment. And I love that play on words that we are human beings, so we need to practice being. Whew. Okay, so that's the G. That's what makes you
Let me
genuine.
integrate that.
Woo! Okay, let's keep this going.
The O.
The O, I'm ready for the O.
The O and the gold. I choose to go with open. So I'm a very, very open-minded and open-hearted individual. I've always been this way. And for someone who grew up on a small island, I'm from the Cook Islands, by the way, and there's about 14,000 people on the island I grew up on. And at 15 years old, I was ready to leave the nest and explore the world. So I remained open to moving to New Zealand, where I lived for 5 years. I remained open to going on to live in Australia for 10 years after that. From there, I remained open at making the decision to leave Australia and come to the USA. I was only meant to come here for 3 months to see where that, decision took me. And from the USA, I was either going to go to Vietnam and teach English and live there for a little bit because I had friends there. I knew it was going to be fun. Or I was going to go live in the UK and just work, live, travel the world remotely from there. But the USA had other plans for me. I remained open-hearted to a man who came into my life. We got married and we had our son together, and that's where life ended up taking me instead. And it's crazy to think that every decision I made from when I chose to leave the island at 15 years old, it's led me here today, right here as a guest speaker on your show.
Wow. What a journey. That's incredible. I had no idea you were from a small island of, you said 1,500?
So there's about 14,000 people on the island itself.
Oh,
I don't know if it's gone up in numbers since I left, but there's 15 islands in the Cook Islands, and I grew up on the biggest one, which is only about 22 miles in circumference.
wow.
So yes, I was a
But
go-getter.
you're a go-getter.
Open-minded,
You're open.
open-hearted.
Wow. And that's what led you on this journey
Yeah,
of
and
discovery. That's incredible.
and it's just I guess made me realize most importantly how strong I am and how resilient I am. And it's been a crazy ride, and all the highs and lows and ups and downs have just been perfect for my involvement and transformation and development. And it's just always been good. Life has been good to me, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
Whew, love it. Okay, so you are genuine, you're original, and I know you're loving and a dreamer. So let's get into that.
All right, L for love.
L.
Love. It's one of my, I believe, ultimate traits. I have the capacity to love so deeply. I am a lover. I love to love. I love all things big. I love all things small. I like grab a rose and I'm just like, my face is buried in the rose. And I'm just like, I love this. And I've had 3 5 year long relationships growing up, and you're young and you're chasing and looking for love outward and someone else. And young love, there's so much healing to be done for both persons in the relationship. So there's arguing and disagreement, egos get in the way, and I was very unaware of
Those egos.
yeah, and just being unaware of the importance of self-love. And in 2019, I think it was, I chose to make my New Year's resolution that year, the year of self-love. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant or what it looked like, but I knew I was exhausted at looking for love in someone else. And so I was open to learning how to love myself. And I asked for that. I remained open to that. And that's exactly what the universe or God gave me. And fast forward to now, I know what it means to first and foremost love myself and love me deeply. And from there, I guess I've been able to, radiate love. And I know people see it and feel it when I meet them. And for me, being such a giver, I just want everyone to feel what I feel. And this self-love for self is just so important. And love is who we are, and love is what we meant to embody, and love brings joy. And I just want life, in this lifetime, I just want peace. I want kindness. I want love. I'm done with the arguing. I'm done with raising my voice. And I just continue to remain open to opportunities, and if it's good or bad, I'm ready to approach that from a place of love and compassion. And if it's meant to, if it's meant to be, it'll show up. And at the end of the day, I ask all of it, so I'm gonna love all of it.
Ooh, I
Love,
love
love, love,
that.
love,
That
love, love.
it's not just outside love, but it's self-love. It's internal love. And so, you know that I'm a spoken word artist and I throw in some flows of rhythmic poetry every now and then. So, the flow verb, this flow proverb that comes to mind is, see, love is like a medicine best taken daily to reach a peaceful state. It's called self-love medicated.
Oh my God. I love
Whew. So I just had to share that.
No, thank
And
you.
I love that you embody love. So, Maeva, you are genuine, original, loving. Are you a dreamer?
Oh, I'm definitely a dreamer with a huge desire, and that's my D. Desire.
Desire. Yes.
And from my experiences in life, being a go-getter, being open-minded, being open-hearted, a lover, it's if something or someone shows up in my life and that desire to pursue that isn't there, then I know it's not for me. And I guess that's where boundaries has played a big important role in my life. And that's taken a bit of learning for me to understand and get my head around. It's only come about in the last honestly, deeply in the last year or two of my life. And I guess just being impeccable to my word, like, tell the truth, being honest with myself first and foremost. No, I don't want this. Yes, I want this. And no, I don't want you. Yes, I want you. I desire this. I don't desire that. Desire for me has a feeling and you feel it, or I feel it.
Mm.
There's an energy about it. And just having that desire drive me, it's ensured me not to, I guess, stoop down to live a mediocre life. If it's mediocre or less, I'm not about it. That's just me. It's always been me. I know what I want and I'm going to go after it. And I desire to be a good person. I desire growth. I desire adventures. I desire to live a life of quality. I desire beautiful relationships with others. So,
Ooh,
desire.
D is desire. Okay, so you said that there's an energy associated with this desire of yours. How would you describe this energy that you feel when the desire wells up inside of you?
It's almost like this feeling of myself propelling forward. It's like, tell me
Whew.
more, show me more. How do we do this? And of course, the how isn't up to us. It's just knowing the vision and the goal. And it's like, okay, cool. I know what I want to do. I know how the how is going to show up. Let's just go forward with this. And the energy will either pull you in a certain way where it's good or it's not meant for you. There's been times in my life where I have lent into things that weren't meant for me, but it was meant for me in that time of my life to ensure that I was growing through whatever it is I needed to grow through at that time. And everything's just worked out perfectly. So it's about that feeling within yourself. And first and foremost, of course, knowing who you are. Who are you today? Because when I say to people sometimes, who are you? They come up with their name or what they do at the job. I'm like, no, that's not you. That's your name that you were given at birth. That's your job that you decided to pursue. Like, who are you? Happy, beautiful, loving. What do you like to eat? What do you like to smell? What do you like to drink? It's like, what do you love? What do you like? It's just knowing
Yeah.
yourself first and foremost, and everything just sort of trickles through from there, I feel.
And these are such incredible questions to ask ourselves that we rarely ever take the time to inquire within. So, honestly, Maeva, I love how you have been so boldly walking in your truth and exploring the unknown and following those desires, those opportunities that come that align with your desires to live your best life in real time. So, we're going to go on a short break, but before we do, I want to take a quick recap of your version of gold. So, my version is genuine, original, loving dreamer. You created your own acronym. What was that again?
So we've got go getter. Go getter is a G. O is open, being open minded, open hearted. That's exactly who I've been from day dot, as soon as I arrived to this earth. L is for love. Love, love, love. Love always. Love yourself. Love everything around you. Love life. Fall in love with everything around you. Be it, the little ant that walks past you. Fall in love with that ant, and that ant needs some love. Love everything big and small. And D is for desire.
Love, love, love it. Go getter. Open. Love. Desire. Beautiful. So, when we come back, I would love to get into more of your Polynesian dancing and how you express yourself with your body and your words and your beautiful, amazing energy. So, for those of you who are with us, you're listening to Golden Sessions with doc.PEACE on KNSJ 89.1 FM radio. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. So, stay tuned.
Let's do it. Are you my friend? I'll admit, I'm confused. I used to friend request and now I follow. Am I in this alone? I once thought that birds flew solo, each bird on its own, just feathers and bone, relying alone on their wings to soar. Now I see that even though they move independently, they are part of something much greater than what they could be individually. And like a bird, I may sing to my own music and dance to my own drum, but connections ground me, reminding me that I am not alone. My purpose is greater than me, myself, or I. I once believed that whether or not I chose to use my gifts was my prerogative. But does bearing my talents to you or I any good? Pardon my mind delay. Sometimes I may need to remind my mind what it's capable of. Jog myself from doubt to a confident state. See, I am not alone, my friend. And neither are you. I see you. We are in this flock together for the better, and together we thrive. Together we thrive.
And we're back. You're listening to Golden Sessions with doc.PEACE on KNSJ 89.1 FM radio. I'm doc.PEACE, and we are here with our incredible guest, Maeva Arnold. So let's get back into it. So we were sharing with us your golden attributes, what it is that makes you not just genuine, but
Oh.
No, your version of G.
Oh, sorry. Go-getter.
Go-getter. Yes, not just genuine, but a go-getter. And being open and loving and desirable and following your desires. Not just desirable, but following your desires. So what most fuels you and encourages you to continue to share your golden attributes?
Well, for me, it's just feeling as good as I do feel, to the fact where I don't want anyone missing out on any of this. And it's knowing the tools that I have been shown to access, to feel and show up the way that I do every single day, knowing what they are. I don't want to hide that from the world. And no one deserves to miss out on this. Everyone deserves to have access to these tools. And it's quite, I guess, saddening to know that this isn't how we were taught at school. We came up in a different system. And I'm like, why didn't they teach us this in school? This is just such gold information that the world needs to know and ingrain into themselves from the day they enter this earth right throughout life. And so what I love to learn, if that makes me feel a certain way, I want to share that with the world. And so I step into my true authentic self, my true authentic power, while pursuing everything that I'm passionate about. and just keeping that high vibrational feelings and energy up here as much as I can. Obviously, I have days where I feel into the feelings of like, oh, I just want to give up. But then the tools are there. The tools are there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just sit back and feel this for 5 minutes and then get over myself. It
Ooh.
might be 30 minutes and I'll get over myself. It might be a day, then I'll get over myself. But I will allow myself to feel into these feelings because we're human beings. We're meant to feel all the feels. And then it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. This is meant for me. What is this trying to teach me? What is this showing me? And how can I overcome this today? How can I navigate myself through this today? Here are the tools. Let's see what one works for me for this situation. Let's try this one. Nope, not that one. Let's try this one. No, not this one. So for me, it's, meditating or getting barefoot and grounded in the dirt out the back, getting some sunshine on my skin, just putting myself in solitude and silence, or going out in the nature to go for a walk, or just smelling the roses, just going through that toolbox of mine that I have access to. It's free, it's
Ooh.
there. Use it, utilize it, and then that makes you feel a certain way, share it with the world. It might not be for this person, but it might be for this person. And your toolbox is huge. Something in your toolbox will be meant for someone else as well. So sharing, give and receive, give and receive.
I love this toolbox. I call my toolbox an empowerment toolbox
Love.
because it empowers my confidence to get it going. And I love the tools that are in your toolbox. And these aren't expensive, fancy tools. These are simply tools that resonate with us and pull us out of that darkness that we might find ourselves in from time to time. So I know that one of your tools, you mentioned some of them, but I know one of your tools in particular is dance. Can you share with us how you use the art of Polynesian dance to raise your vibration?
Yes, most definitely. So my name is Maeva, but of course, Maeva is what you can call me, or Maivy. That's my nickname. And as you mentioned, I'm Polynesian and I'm from the Cook Islands where I grew up. And not many people know where the Cook Islands is, but you're going to learn something new today if you just Google Cook Islands. And the Cook Islanders are Polynesians like the Hawaiians. So our cultures are very similar. In Hawaii, as the traditional dance, they do the hula. In the Cook Islands, we call it ura. So there's some similarities with the language as well. And yeah, like you said, I'm just so passionate about the culture and the dance, the ura. And so I'm a Polynesian dance teacher, a co-founder of an international online dance school that we've called the Ori Maiva, which means dance of happiness, dance of celebration, which brings me so much joy and happiness every day in my life. And so what I have also that complements that as well as an online health and wellness business that I run, where I share nutritional products, where I'm able to, I guess, encompass a mind, body, skin journey from a holistic approach. And in regards to raising the vibration, we're meant to move every single day. We're meant to nourish our bodies with high vibrational foods every day. We're meant to just love on ourselves in a certain way. And for me, that is dance. And be it 2 minutes a day, be it 3 minutes a day, be it 1 hour a day, I have to move my body. As human beings, I totally believe we all need to move some way, somehow. And I always encourage the girls that I teach to pick a song that resonates, or pick songs that resonate with their energy, and just move, just feel
Move.
into it, just roll and see what comes out, express yourself, and just, yeah, connect to your body, get grounded. And I love that in my sessions I remind the girls, in the first song especially, we close our eyes and we roll into shapes and different techniques just for those first 3 to 5 minutes, just to come into the present moment, block out the rest of everything else going on in the world, feel balance, like find our grounding and our balance, and just know that you're alive. You have this body that you're meant to be moving. Let's access it. Let's use it. Let's just move, dance. And so I love that Polynesian dance. I'm passionate about it. So I'm passionate about sharing it with others. And because I'm having so much fun doing it, everyone's like, whoa, I like the look of that. I want some of that. And so I just love sharing this with the world. And I feel good and I want the world to feel good with me. So
Yes. And okay, first, you mentioned such incredible things right there. You attract the energy you exude. So those who see you having this high vibe energy, they're attracted to that and they want that. So you also mentioned how important it is to find the music that resonates with your soul. So oftentimes people say, okay, I don't dance. Like I just don't move that way. So how do you, like you mentioned some tricks that you use for those that you work with your students, how you just have them close your eyes and what?
So in the ura, or a lot of the time, I am incorporating Tahitian dance techniques into my dance classes or routines. There are a couple of very, very important and basic techniques that you want to master from the start. And a lot of it involves rolling your hips into a circular motion. And so, from my understanding, we store a lot of our trauma in our hips.
Mm.
And so, because we're not moving in that direction, a lot of us on a day to day basis or just at all, everything just gets stored right here. So, for me, just showing you a simple technique to just practice over and over again, execute it, get stronger at it, make that shape bigger, get stronger at that, everything else starts to flow from there. Everything else starts to connect from there. Everything else starts to mold from there. So everyone's body's different. Everyone's journey is different because people come through with different insecurities or traumas that they might be working through or limiting beliefs that they may have, or some people don't. So people tend to pick up the movements easier. People tend to come through with like, oh, the confidence isn't quite there yet. That's okay. We'll just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And then eventually this energy just moves through your body, and you just, by the end of the 45-minute session, for example, that I work with one-on-one with someone, by the end of the session they're like, oh my god, I just feel so energized, that was a breath of fresh air. Like they're a different person from the person that they were when they first came through the session. And I'm just like, oh my god, dancing heals, music heals. Like, and I love on the person and the time that they're there with me. That's that time and energy that they give me is so important, that I make sure I show up 100% for them. And I know that that's been reciprocated back and forth. There's a give and receive in that session as well. So it's beautiful. I love it.
Ooh, I love this conversation. So, how do you know that there's that the energy is not flowing in your hips? Is there some sort of feeling that you get that you need to get up and dance? How do you know that that is something that your body is calling you to do?
I guess for anything in life, for me, I have had moments in my life, and I'm like looking for things like, where's this, where's that? But then there are times in life where I know I want something and that thing shows up for me. So it's like, if I know what I want, when it's meant to be, it's going to show up for me. So for me, I feel like for people that approach me to learn the dance, I'm like, okay, cool, you've approached me, you're ready for this. You know, you wouldn't have approached me if you weren't ready for this. So by you asking me to teach you, by you showing up to me today and be like, can you show me this? Can you teach me this? I know you're ready. I know you're ready. So I'm not going to be like, you have to do this, do it, not make someone do something that they're not ready to do. So
Yes.
yeah, it's like I'm a magnet. I'm like, this is what I do. It looks good, it feels good, I feel good. And so things that are meant for that are just magnetized to me. And I'm like, cool, I'll just keep being me, I'll keep doing me, keep feeling good. And I know that that's what's meant for me will come this way. All
Mm,
the opportunities, just everything. So
what is meant for you will come.
yeah.
Again, that energy, you attract the energy that you exude.
And I feel like if you know where you're going as well, that turns you into a magnet too. People are like, oh, she knows where she's going. I want to go that. I want to go that way. Yeah.
Mm. So, Maeva, do you feel like you're living your best life right now in real time?
Oh yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
How has shining your light right now in this very moment? Actually, you've been shining your light, it sounds like, throughout your life. But how has shining your light impacted what's going on in the world right now?
Well, with everything that went on last year, I know that as a collective, we all went through something. We definitely did. You know, we all saw the darkness. We all saw the light. Some are still going through the darkness. Some are still going through the light. And for me, that toolbox came out as soon as everything shut down, because there was so much uncertainty. There was so much, I was scared. I was like, what is going on?
I know.
What is going on? And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I have control over me, myself, what's going on inside of here. I'm going to go within. And for the first time ever in my life, I went inwards, more inwards than I've ever had done so in my life. And I'm like, okay, cool. What makes me happy? What makes me just exude, the zest for life and make me jump out of bed? And that was dancing. I'm like, what have I enjoyed since I was a little girl? Dancing. Let's freaking dance. And so I put on 3 dance sessions for 2 months straight as soon as the world shut down. And I had up to 100 women join me on my sessions. And they're like, you've helped me through so much. And, I feel a certain way now. There was just healing going on in that time, in that moment. People were losing jobs. People weren't making money. So I'm like, I'm just going to put these free sessions on for a couple of months and just dance with people from across the world.
Wow.
So that, for me, shining my light in the form of dance, like that has been my saving grace for me personally. And I know that's been a saving grace for a lot of people out there as well. So
I love that.
It's like my drug. I'm like addicted to sharing more.
You're self-love medicated. So do you recommend waiting till you're in that healing space, or you're hurt and you need healing before you dive into your empowerment toolbox?
I feel like it's important to incorporate a daily routine or ritual for yourself. Always,
Yeah.
first and foremost. And that's why waking up, not checking your phone first and foremost as soon as your eyeballs open, because your mind is most vulnerable as soon as you wake up. So you want to fuel it with the best information possible. So I roll out of bed, make my warm lemon water, and go to my meditation space, which is just behind the laptop here, and go inward. Go inward, silence, prayer, meditation, affirmations, gratitude, and that itself is an armor. It's an armor. It gets me ready for the world to come at me with whatever it has to throw at me.
Wow. I love this. I love this. Okay. So you're incredible. We know that you're gold. You're a go-getter. You what is the O again?
Oh, open.
Open. You're open. You're a go-getter. You're open. You're loving it. And you live with desire, in addition to being a genuine, original, loving dreamer. So how can we get in touch with you more? How can we connect and learn more and dance with you?
Oh, please come and dance with me for sure. If you feel a calling to just, connect with your body a bit more and throw in some movement in your life, which I highly recommend everyone do on a day-to-day basis, reach out to me, connect with me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. And start this journey in regards to healing through music and dance together. I cannot recommend it more. And I feel like I'm a walking billboard and living proof for my own product and information. So I'm like, do you want some of this? I'll sprinkle some on you, and you sprinkle it on the next person and the next person. Like, duplicate that goodness everywhere. And let's just duplicate love and dance and healing and fun together.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Maeva, so how do we connect with you on Instagram again?
Maeva, Maeva_Arnold is my last name, ARNOLD, at Maeva_Arnold. That's me. Yeah.
Wonderful. I love all your posts, all that energy that you exude. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Right back with you, sister.
You're so welcome. You are listening to Golden Sessions with doc.PEACE from KNSJ 89.1 FM. That concludes today's session with the incredible Maeva Arnold. Thank you for joining us today, and remember that you are gold, a genuine, original, loving dreamer, a go-getter, an open, loving person who lives with desire. I love it. I love it. And together we thrive. I'm doc.PEACE. Shine on.
Let's do it. Are you my friend? I'll admit, I'm confused. I used to friend request and now I follow. Am I in this alone? I once thought that birds flew solo, each bird on its own, just feathers and bone, relying alone on their wings to soar. Now I see that even though they move independently, they are part of something much greater than what they could be individually. And like a bird, I may sing to my own music and dance to my own drum, but connections drown me, reminding me that I am not alone. My purpose is greater than me, myself, or I. I once believed that whether or not I chose to use my gifts was my prerogative. But does bearing my talents to you or I any good? Pardon my mind delay. Sometimes I may need to remind my mind what it's capable of. Jog myself from doubt to a confident state. See, I am not alone, my friend. And neither are you. I see you. We are in this flock together for the better, and together we thrive. Together we thrive.